Hi, everybody. Mary Beth Spanmank here. And I just wanted to pop on for a few minutes to talk about the poll that I had put up last week in our Facebook group. Now, in that poll, I had asked what you thought was the most essential element when using puppets with kids, following, of course, voice, because voice is, the big kahuna. So I gave you three options to choose from. One was to develop a puppet personality with your puppet. The other was to pick a very cool looking puppet so kids wouldn't think that your puppet was a baby toy. And the last thing was to make certain that your kids never see your mouth move when you are using your puppets with them. So everyone who weighed in on the poll chose number one, that you thought that developing a puppet's personality is essential to using puppets with kids. And that's actually true. A little bit of a trick question though, because yes, of course we want to develop a puppet's personality, but that is done over time with many elements, just the way our personalities develop over time. So the first consideration is voice, whether you're going to give your puppet a voice or not. Remember, we talked about having your puppet whisper in your ear and things like that. So there's all sorts of choices around voice. But the next element that really lends to the effort to try and make your puppet appear real is movement. And when you think about it, voice is a way we communicate, but also we communicate through our body language and our facial expressions. And it's not any different for puppets. Now, everybody has a different type of puppet model. Some puppets, hand puppets, their mouths move, others do not. Maybe their legs move, maybe they can pick something up with their appendages. We have stick puppets, we have cup puppets. We'll go through all different types of puppets later on. I know some of you already have puppets though. So we are going to leave the puppet type for a little later. Right now, today, I'd just like to talk a little bit about movement. One thing I've learned in using puppets with kids is something very, very simple to make them really seem super realistic and believable with kids. Let me call Beanie Bee Sean in. Beanie Bee Sean! Come here, Beanie. Say hello, Beanie.
Hello, Beanie.
Okay, now, one trick. Just a little trick, but it's very helpful when trying to make a puppet believable for kids is to have the puppet move in different ways as you're speaking to the child, not to the puppet, not about the puppet, but the puppet is in the camera range and is just moving around on its own all by itself. And believe it or not, that one little thing alone, that movement that's independent of your voice, really lends to the believability of the puppet. That's one little tip that you can use all the time. I used to sit there with my puppets just stationary while I was talking, and somebody pointed that out to me. They said, Mary Beth, the puppet looks more real if he or she or it is moving around while you're speaking. So think about that. The other thing that makes movement very realistic is if you think about movement in conveying moods. When we're down or sad, we hold our body and our face and our head in a different way than if we are upbeat and happy and feeling excited about something. So if your puppet is feeling sad, put your puppet on your hand and think, how would my puppet behave? How would my puppet appear if my puppet were sad? I'm going to show you Beanie sad. Beanie, how do you look when you're sad? Aw, Beanie, are you really sad? Did something go wrong? Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Why don't you just put your chin up, feel, keep your sunny side up. Mm. Oh. And I don't want to leave you on a sad note. So let me leave you on a happy note. Beanie, how do you show the kids that you are very happy? Beanie just has to open her mouth and she looks like she's smiling. Don't forget the tail. Oh, right. So, like little doggies everywhere, when Beanie's happy, she also wags her tail. So, pick up your puppet and think about how your puppet can move around as you're speaking and not talking to the puppet or about the puppet. Think about how you can show your puppet feeling sad and happy. And we will talk about other moods that you can convey with your puppet. But those are 3 things you can try right away. So thanks so much. Bye for now. Say bye for now, Beanie. Bye for now, Beanie.